see, April the 16th this morning. Running a little bit late, but I'm on the way to meet up with Charlie, and we're actually going to hunt some property this morning. We've actually only hunted one time this year and didn't have any luck. We didn't even really hear anything. And we went, I think it was like the first week of the season we went out there, so kind of taking a shot in the dark this morning and see if anything's changed since a couple weeks ago. And it'll be only the second time we tried this property this year, so hopefully we can get on some this morning. And Charlie's gonna be back on the camera this morning, and I'll be back on the gun. And hopefully we'll be able to get it done. Charlie killed his bird 2 days ago, and it stinks we weren't able to get that whole thing on some good footage on that turkey coming into us. Man, that was a heart pumping experience and something that was pretty awesome to be a part of. I mean, having them right there next to me and Mr. Randy behind it, calling and pulling them in for us. And, I mean, it was just an experience of a lifetime, and it's going to be hard to top that episode, but hopefully this morning we'll put one in the dirt and make it worth our while and have another good episode put together. So temperature's okay. It's 56 degrees. I mean, pressure's good. They should be gobbling this morning, but let's see. I mean, so it's April 16th, and we got about 14. Yeah, so we got 14 more days, including today, to hunt here in the low country of South Carolina, and it goes out. I can't remember if I think it's May the 10th in the upstate. So try to sit here and soak in these last 14 days and hunt really, really hard. I think the birds are really starting to act right, and they're starting to move around a lot more, gobble more, and hopefully that's what'll happen for us this morning. But y'all just stay with us, and we'll catch back up with you when we get back in the woods.
As a turkey hunter, these owls will get you going, get your blood pumping. These owls are only about 10 or 15 yards from us. We sit here for probably 15-20 minutes after daylight and don't hear a bird gobble. But out of nowhere, a bird to our right starts getting hot, and about the same time, a hen behind us started cutting.
Where's that at? Right there. Is that on our side of that creek? I can't tell. He's looking for a hen though. Right there. It's a deer one, ain't it? It's a different one, ain't it? I don't know. It sounds like they're from this side of that creek. Like they're closer to the deer stand they were last time. First off, I heard him. Yeah, right there. He's coming. He's going back that way again. It's a cloak. That ain't a cut, a putt. Cut at it. Cut.
At this point, we realized this bird could be with this hen, so we're trying to get her mad to come to us. Once that bird gobbled, that told us otherwise. We realized he was across the creek, but we still felt like he might fly that creek to come to these two hens he heard calling back and forth.
Gotta be in the field, ain't you? Oh, yeah, I see her.
Alright, so not a bad morning at all. Kind of go through and talk about what happened. So historically the birds were roosting behind where we set up and they work into the field that we were in, so we kind of thought we were in a pretty decent spot. There wasn't really much gobbling in the tree. There was a couple distant gobbles we heard, but nothing major. About 10 or 15 minutes after fly down time, a bird started gobbling, he got hot for a minute, but we didn't call to him. You know, kind of just wanted to be as patient as we could with him and get him even hotter, I guess. He started gobbling. I'm assuming he was wanting to find a hen. I'm assuming I got most of the hen clucking and cutting and everything behind us. I mean, we were sitting there, and the first time we called, she started cutting at us. She came right behind us and right into the field and right up to the decoys. I wasn't able to get her on video because, you know, her coming in from behind me like that and everything, I couldn't get the camera on her, and it was just too risky. Thought we were in a pretty good spot. That bird was to our right, and she worked to our left in that field, and I think me and Will both thought that, you know, it was a pretty good chance that bird would come to her. And he gobbled at her a couple times, gobbled at us a couple times, and went quiet. So I'm assuming he gobbled him up a hen. And then like I said, we watched that bird mosey on across the field. And we watched another hen come out of the woods on that same side, about 300 yards away, and walked across the field. I don't know. Turkey's doing what turkeys do. But still pretty cool. A lot of fun getting to see those hens and everything. And hey, we couldn't make it happen, but that's a part of the turkey hunt. So maybe next time we'll get in there where he was at this morning and get in the same woods as he was, and might can kill him off the roots. But anywho, you learn, you live and you learn. Tomorrow's a new day, so we'll catch y'all next time we. I think it's funny to point out, and it's only funny because we didn't get hurt. But as we were sitting there in the pitch black dark, Will told me that he heard a rattlesnake, so we decided to get up and move. And sure enough, as the sun came up and we left later on that morning, there was a rattlesnake about 10 foot from where we were sitting at on the same tree.
Do you think we need to turn around?
As we're sitting here, this bird gobbles behind us in the exact same field that we set up in yesterday. He's roosted right on the edge of it, and we're sitting in the woods that he was roosted in the day before. Funny how stuff like that happens. And you might be thinking he's roosted close enough that he would come to us still, and you would be correct, except there's an old drainage ditch that runs between where he's roosted and where we're at. About an hour passes and the bird pitches down in his field and still gobbling, so we decided to try to get to him as quick as we can.
This bird's strutting right now with a hen. He came out of strut one time. Since we've been watching for about 10 minutes. Trying to get a good beat on him. They try to get up here and show him his decoy. See if we can't break him off of this hen. That's our only option, to be honest. So he's been gobbling pretty good, but he's not leaving that hen. But we're gonna see what we can do with him. His hen's coming this way a little bit. So, we're watching this bird. He's got two hens. He just bred a hen, actually. I haven't gone into detail about it, but this bird is literally 10 yards from where we sat yesterday morning. I mean, 10 yards. But we're trying as best as we can. Will's fanning him right now, trying to get him to break off with his hens. Good old turkey hunt. Alright, there you go. Of course not. Alright. So, what's happened so far?
I'm tired. I feel like I done crawled through a swimming pool. I'm so soaking wet. We got birds gobbling all around us. And then every time we get to that bird, they got 20 birds. So it's like the hens are beating us to them. And we got so much ground out here we're trying to cover. And it's hard because, I mean, they'll gobble their brains out while we're hunting a different bird. We'll get to them. When we get to them, somebody else is gonna beat us to the punch. Some other little hoochie mama. But old gobble tube had them gobbling good as well. But we get our butts whipped. I'm starting to think we're hearing things a little bit. You think so? I think we're
Possibly.
hearing a bunch of gobbles. We're hunting ghosts.
We've seen one.
I don't know, man.
So, essentially, yesterday we hunted a turkey and he was roosted where we set up at this morning. So, as fate would have it, guess where the bird was at this morning? Right where we set up at yesterday.
Yeah, let them know this is on our second time. No, yesterday was the second time we hunted this property all year.
Yeah.
We didn't know there were really any birds out here. But
So he was, I mean, the whole time the bird was gobbling this morning in this field, he was right where we were at yesterday. And as you can see, we crawled up there and got on a big, I guess it was a big, where he dug clay out or something. Got down in it and kind of worked our way up it and got to the top, looking down in this bottom of this field, and there was a strutter with 2 hens. I think we got pretty good footage of it, but we probably played with him for an hour, showing him the decoy, trying to get him to break off. And at one point he looked at it and kind of like he didn't like it, like he kind of bowed up at it and was like, walking towards it for a minute, but he went right back to strutting with his hens. And during all that, a bird started gobbling to our left, and I mean gobbling, and he was hot. Like, he started gobbling, I know, and he was just losing it. So we left that bird alone and got over here where this bird kind of was working towards, about 200 yards from him, and we gobbled. We thought he might have quit gobbling because he was coming, but we gave it 30 minutes, and he made a peep. So, and there's a bird gobbling behind us somewhere. So we get within a 200-yard radius of him, he'd go quiet too. So it's humid, it's hot, it's cloudy, it's muggy, it is everything wet and thick and just drenched. But I don't know. We'll attempt to stay on these turkeys.
morning, it's April the 18th. We're on our way to meet up with Charlie. We've been hunting a pretty decent sized piece of property the past few days, and we haven't bothered this land. We hunted it one time for about an hour, quick roost hunt, first week of the season. Didn't really know what to expect, didn't know if there was really any birds out there. So we were out there and we're listening. Pretty much just listening that morning we went, first week of the season, and didn't hear anything. So we kind of just didn't know if there was really any birds out there. But we've got on a couple the past few days, and really haven't even had to call at them much. They're just still kind of henned up out there. They still kind of doing their thing. So we've kind of just, hunted them for about an hour and a half, and then kind of just let them alone. But we actually watched the gobbler yesterday morning breed a hen and, do his thing with her. And I mean, they're gobbling good out there. But they're kind of playing some mind games with us as far as, we've been the past 2 days, and one day we thought we were where we probably should be. God was actually on the other side of the creek. So we didn't want to bother him and pressure him, so we got out of there. And then yesterday morning, it was the complete opposite. We got where we thought he'd be, where he was the day before. He was back on the other side of the creek where we were set up the day before that. So hopefully we can get in there this morning and play our cards right, just be in the right spot at the right time, and make this thing happen this morning. Running out of time. We got about 2 weeks left in the season, so got to get after them pretty hard and try to make some things start happening here. But another good morning. Good to be in the turkey woods again, so I'll cherish every moment of it. Keep doing what we love doing, so y'all stay with us.
You won't believe this, but when this turkey starts gobbling, he's across the creek again. And just for reference, when we sit in the field, he's across the creek. When we sit across the creek, he's roosted on the field. So at this point, we don't know what's going on. We probably sat there for about an hour and a half, and this bird gobbled a handful of times and goes the other way. We sit there for probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, and the bird pitches down the other way and goes quiet. We call it yet again another day, and it's safe to say this turkey is straight up whipping our behinds. No bueno.
So it's Friday, April 19th. Got about 11 days left of the season, so we're getting after them pretty hard. Chandler's in town this weekend, so taking her to a spot this morning. Charlie can't go. You got something you got to take care of for school and everything, so he won't be able to make it with us this morning. So we're going to be doing a lot of self-filming with the phone. But, it's about 5:45. We got a decent little walk. We're going to get back in here and try to get tight and close with where we know they are. And Chandler's on the gun. I'll try to get our first turkey this morning. So last time we did this with her, it wasn't very successful. But maybe this morning it'll work out in our favor. So.
And not because I missed it, because we didn't see any.
I think she's just bad luck, to be honest with you. But we got plenty of them out here, so we ought to get on somehow. It's a little warm, about 60 degrees, so might not gobble much. It's a little humid, a little thickness in the air, so. But we're going to stay after them and try to make it happen this morning.
Will and Chandler sit in the same spot that we had been sitting in the past few days. And you're not going to believe this, but this bird is roosted across the creek yet again. Every time we go in the woods with this bird, he's roosted in the field. But if we set up in the field, he's roosted in the woods. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Just go again. Little decoy toter. So we got set up this morning when we thought. Well, at least I figured there was several turkeys roosted. Try to get pretty close to them, but it was 60 in the low 60s, and the humidity's terrible. I mean, it's muggy. It's pretty warm. It's kind of gloomy and cloudy earlier this morning. It's about 9:30. We're going to back out and go get us some McDonald's. Be some unhealthy eaters. But, yeah, we're going to back out of here. Might come back and try it this afternoon or something. I'm going to leave them alone. We didn't hear a single bird in the tree this morning. Nowhere. I mean, within probably a couple mile radius. It just didn't gobble. I think it had something to do with the temperature, and the air was real thick. And even if they were gobbling, we didn't hear them because of the humidity. But we sat there and didn't call for good. I don't think I struck the call until about, for the first time, it was like almost 8:30. And when I was doing that, the bird gobbled probably about 250 from us. And he gobbled about 5 minutes later on his own. Sounded a little bit closer. So we tried to wait him out. And after giving us 2 gobbles, he went dead silent, didn't say anything else for about almost 30 minutes. And then I was actually about to get up and leave, and I looked out into the field we were sitting next to, and there was a longbeard walking all the way across the middle of the field by himself. And he got to the top of the ridge, and he had that look about him like he was going to break and come on down there to us in the little bottom in the woods we were in. He kind of looked at the decoys and kind of blew up like half strut a little bit, and then he got to about, I don't know, 125, and just completely turned and went into the woods and didn't even come towards us. So we waited till we felt like he was a good ways away from us, and now we're getting on out of here. And he's ain't acting right today. It's starting to turn into a pretty day now, but no bueno this morning. No bueno. I think Chandler's got a lot to do with it.
Probably.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
It's all her fault.
But
like I told her, getting one step closer for him. Figure we had a longbeard coming to us. He just came in quiet. He snuck up on us. I looked out on the side of the field, and he was walking across. Big old longbeard, but he also wasn't feeling it today, so you can't push him and pressure him. So I'm just gonna leave him alone and maybe come back later this afternoon. Catch y'all then. Peace out from the midget.